What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports, back again with another one. Ryan Garcia, aka, let me turn this radio down, King Rye, who had just got his biggest win of his professional boxing career when he defeated Devin the Dream Haney by majority decision in a very exciting fight that took place at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, in the borough. Very exciting fight. The build-up really had people excited about watching this matchup featuring two of the top 5 guys at 140 pounds. You had the number 1 guy, in my opinion, at that time, Devin Haney. You know, some people could argue maybe Teofimo Lopez is the top guy at 140 because he beat the top guy at 140 in Josh Taylor. But looking how Devin Haney had been looking in the fight before the Ryan Garcia fight when he soundly defeated Regis Prograis, dropped him, looked much stronger at 140 than at 135. And Teofimo Lopez in his last outing, I thought he lost that fight versus Ortiz. I thought Ortiz beat him. You know, a lot of people said, well, Ortiz was running too much. He ain't sit down on none of his punches. Man, he gave that man a boxing clinic. Stick and move, man. It's about the sweet science, man. All that rock'em sock'em boxing that a lot of these casual boxing fans like to watch, that's cool. That's entertaining, but that's not the sweet science, man. It's all about hit and don't get hit. Being responsible on defense, breaking your opponent down, taking advantage of his weaknesses and taking advantage of your strengths is what boxing is all about, man. It's a sweet science at the end of the day. And if you want a long career where you can earn a lot of money and taking care of your family for generations to come, like a Floyd Mayweather or Andre Ward, those guys like that know how to box, Terrence Crawford, them guys that had long careers, man, because they are smart fighters and they understand the sweet science of boxing. You know, you can be entertaining, man. When you get your opponent hurt, you get him up out of there like Crawford does. But Crawford is a pure boxer. Crawford knows how to establish his offense without being reckless on defense. And that's the key to being a great boxer and having longevity in the sport of boxing. With all that being said, Ryan Garcia is out here capping. Ryan Garcia is doing some straight out of the Donald Trump playbook. Didn't he say he went to go visit Donald Trump last week sometime? And he doing Donald Trump type of things, trying to distract people. Now he out here talking about he want to fight Errol Spence Jr. He want to get revenge for his trainer that Errol Spence Jr. will soon be in litigation with. They both had the same trainer, go by the name of Derrick James. Derrick James said that Errol Spence Jr. did not pay him what he should have paid him. Derrick James also says that other fighters that he has trained, like Anthony Joshua and Ryan Garcia, that they pay him the correct pay, and Errol Spence Jr. is not paying him what he's supposed to pay him in several fights that he trained Errol Spence Jr. and gave him instruction in the fights. And he's past several big fights, Mikey Garcia, Chance Crawford, Dana Scoogers, Sean Porter, all those fighters that Errol Spence Jr. took on. Derrick James is now saying that he did not get paid the correct pay. I'm not going to go into the details, but it's pretty much like this. Errol Spence Jr. said you're only supposed to get 10% of what I'm making. But what I'm making is what I'm reporting that I'm making. That ain't nothing but the guaranteed minimum. Say like, okay, I'm going to make $3 million for this fight. That's what's being reported. That's what my minimum is, $3 million. But if I'm on pay-per-view, I'm getting back-end money. And Derrick James said I should be getting 10% of whatever you earn totally. That's including the guaranteed minimum and the back-end money on the pay-per-view. I should get 10% of that. Errol Spence Jr. say, nah, you're going to get 10% of my guaranteed minimum, which is $3 million. We don't know what the pay-per-view is going to do. It might bomb, but I'm going to get this guaranteed $3 million, and you're going to get 10% of that. So that's what a judge, maybe a jury going to decide who right and who wrong. But I'm not really want to get into that on this video. I want to get into the fact that Ryan Garcia is out here capping. Ryan Garcia is out here doing Donald Trump type of things. trying to get people to talk about a potential fight between him and Errol Spence Jr. at AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys, and don't talk about the fact that Ryan Garcia popped dirty. Ryan Garcia popped dirty for Ostarine. Now, Ryan Garcia and his team has requested the B sample because the A sample came back positive for Ostarine. That's a anabolic steroid. It helps you with speed, it helps you with power, and it helps you recover from workouts and training quicker, faster. Your body recovers quicker and faster from workouts and training and stuff like that. So basically what you can do, you can kind of half-ass train and take the Ostarine and it'd be like you train another guy training relentlessly and religiously that's not on Ostarine. You know, you can go 50% on the train and the other guy go 100% on the train. You taking Ostarine and it's helping you recover quicker. You getting the results of somebody that been training at 100% clip instead of what he probably doing with 50%. Because we seen Ryan Garcia was out here drinking beer, out here partying, out here on social media, talking about all kind of different conspiracies and this, that, and the third, and wasn't focused on training. You know, we did see some clips of him training with Derek James. That was pretty much doing media day. You know, when the media come out there and, you know, that's all a part of the promotion of the fight. He was training in those videos, but outside of that, the majority of his videos lead up to the Errol Spence Jr. fight was videos about him on, you know, talking about these conspiracy theories, Illuminati, and, you know, he was raped when he was young, and, you know, out here just saying a whole lot of wild, outlandish things on social media. With all that being said, he's doing it to Errol Spence Jr. once again, saying some outlandish and wild things because he know damn well that he ain't fighting no Errol Spence Jr. next. Errol Spence Jr. is about to fight at 154. Your last fight was supposed to be at 140, but you came in overweight, 3 plus pounds overweight. You and your team came to agreement with Devin Haney and his team, and y'all agreed to pay him $1.5 million is what being reported for coming in overweight. So that's on Devin Haney. He can't complain about that. But the fact that you pop dirty for Ostarine and you out here proclaiming your innocence, well, let's wait on the B sample to come back May 22nd. When you out here talking about you want to fight Errol Spence Jr. and calling out Errol Spence Jr.'s wife, talking about she need to holler at you and doing all this old trolling type of stuff to take people minds off the fact that you tested positive for Ostarine. That's straight out of the Donald Trump playbook. That's what Donald Trump been doing for the last 8 years since he been running for president. And, you know, now that he's a former president, do the same type of thing, man. You know, got this type of news that's negative, and then you go say something or do something to get people to not talk about what you did and the negative connotations behind all that. You know what I'm saying? That's what Donald Trump does, and that's what Ryan Garcia is attempting to do, man. Ryan Garcia is out here saying that he want to fight Errol Spence Jr. at 154 or 160 at AT&T Stadium. This last fight was at 143. That's crazy. I know I'm gonna get a lot of pushback. People gonna say, well, he was calling out Errol Spence Jr. before the positive test. Yeah, he sure was. That's all a part of the trolling that he was doing. You know, talking about the Illuminati and, you know, I don't want to just, say that he was capping on and saying that he got raped when he was younger. He might have got raped when he was younger, man, but, he was talking about a whole lot of wild stuff, man. A whole lot of stuff made people thought it was something wrong with Ryan Garcia, And it was a good promotion for the fight, man, because I heard that the fight did 500,000 pay-per-view buys, so the fight sold well. So whatever he did in the lead up to the fight, it paid off because the numbers were good. People made money off that fight as far as promoters and the organizers and the sponsors. They was able to make money off that fight. The managers and the fighters got paid good, so it's all good in the neighborhood. But at the same time, the man popped dirty for Ostarine, and he's playing what you call the old shell game, moving the shells around on the table, playing the old shell game. That's all he doing, playing the old shell game. And I ain't going for it. I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. I ain't gonna do it. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Errol Spence Jr. came out, I think it was yesterday, and said that, man, this dude quit against Gervonta Tank Davis. That man took a knee, and then got up after 10 like ain't nothing happened. He ain't want no smoke with Javante Tank Davis. Knew he was outgunned. Tried to make the excuse that he got caught with a shot, that he couldn't get up before 10, that he was basically incapacitated. But the man took a knee like he was Tim Tebow, and then got up after the count of 10 like ain't nothing happened. And then after the fight, he grabbing and hugging Javante Tank Davis, taking pictures and all that type of stuff like ain't nothing happened, man. Then after the fight, he said he was weight trained. Then why did you agree to fight Tank at 136? You should have told Tank Davis to kick rocks. You can't make 136. Fight me at 140 or no fight. You an Instagram star, man. You got 1 million Instagram followers. You making money hand over fist according to you. You don't need to be bow down to nobody. But you want to have all excuses in the world about why you lost to Tank Davis. You wasn't at your best. You wasn't 100%. You was weight drained. So I guess you're going to make sure that was going to be the case against Devin Haney. You came in 3+ pounds overweight. You allegedly took Ostarine. So you're going to make sure that you wasn't going to come in that fight weight drained or less than your best. So we will see what happens. And we will see what transpires. Very, very interesting what Ryan Garcia is doing. You got people doing videos about this potential matchup, and this fight ain't happening. No way, no how. As I quote the great Rob Parker, no way, no how. The fight not happening, man. Ryan out here capping, man. Ryan out here playing games. He out here trying to manipulate the public. But you got to see through this, and I see through it. He ain't gonna pull the wool over my eyes. I know what time it is. That man, no good and well, he ain't fighting no Errol Spence Jr. Like when he first called out Errol, it was trolling, trying to just pump up the fight between him and Devin Haney. But he went right back to it when that test came out positive of that Ostarine to get people to talk about a fight between him and Ryan Garcia. You gotta understand what Ryan Garcia did. At first he was calling out Fedor, but Fedor at the Canelo McGill fight basically poured cold water on that fight, saying, man, that man fighting at 140. I'm at 154. And then basically Fedor was, he ain't say it as far as speaking vocally, but you could tell Fedor was like, man, this dude got popped dirty for PEDs. He need to clear his name before he talk about fighting me. Because if he don't clear his name, he looking at least a 6-month suspension. That's what Fedor was basically saying, man. That's why he basically blew off the question when they asked him about a potential matchup with Ryan Garcia. Man, he like, man, this man talking about fighting me. He was at 143 in his last fight. Before that, he was at 136 or something like that in the Tank fight. I can't remember what the fight after the Tank fight. He took on Oscar Duarte at the Toyota Center. I actually was at that fight. That fight was in Houston. I was at that fight, and I believe that fight was at 140. It might have been at a catchweight too. I think it was at 143. That man ain't never made 140. If you really want to know the truth about it. When he fought Javier Fortuna, that fight was at over 140 over 140 pounds. When that fight at 143 or something, 142, that man ain't never made 140. So Devin Haney should have peeped that. You know that the man ain't never made 140 before. He made 136 for the Tank fight, because that was the biggest fight in boxing at that time. And you look at the numbers bear that out. But he ain't never made 140 if you just really look at it. He ain't never made 140. They ain't never tried to make 140. He been at a catch weight ever since. So Devin Haney should peep game. I think Devin Haney probably did peep game. That's why he bet him at that press conference before the fight, because he probably knew he wasn't gonna make 140, and they got paid $1.5 million extra dollars for him missing weight. So Devin Haney, at the end of the day, agreed to it. So he can't complain on that situation. He can't complain on that situation, but he damn sure got a good complaint on the fact that Ryan Garcia tested positive for PEDs. So that's just messed up what he doing. He clout chasing Errol Spence Jr. and he basically trying to use Errol Spence Jr. to get people's minds off the fact that he tested positive for Ostarine, trying to get people excited about a fight that he know damn well ain't gonna happen next. Ryan Garcia next fight gonna be against Jose Ramirez or Conor Ben. And that's after he clears name, or that's after he gets suspended for the PEDs. So we will see what happens, and we will see what transpires. Follow me on Facebook, JB Sports 3303. Follow me on Twitch, Briscoe Josh 77071. Follow me on TikTok, JB Sports New Media. And I got 2 channels, at JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend, 9656, and at JB Sports 3303. And like, share, and subscribe to JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. And I holla.